Hey, Martin here from mysupportall.co.uk. This is my first in a series of free tutorials. I'm looking to be covering everything really, from just general computer support through to web designing up to music software support. In this tutorial I'm going to run you through how to convert image files quickly. If you're a Mac user, this is quite handy for if you've got loads of JPEGs you want to convert to PNGs, or PNGs you want to convert to JPEGs. This application will do this really quickly for you. I'll show you a quick example. So if I open up an image file here, this application, if I right click on it on an image file, I go down to services and I can hit convert to PNG, and it will quite quickly create a PNG version of that file for me. It doesn't do anything fancy like give me any background discoloration or anything like that, or transparency. It literally just changes the file type from JPEG to PNG. This is useful if you've got a website that's a bit of a pain that only accepts a certain file type for whatever reason. Or just generally if you have a reason to need to do this. If you've got a batch of files you need to do, it's a lot easier doing it like this than having to open up every single one into an image editor. So what I'll do is I'll create a link here for the scripts I've made. So if you're not already on my website, you can link through to the site and you can download the scripts now instead of watching the tutorial all the way through. But if you're interested in learning how to do this, this will run you through opening up using Automator and actually creating the files yourself. So what you can do is go up to Spotlight and open up Automator from there, or if you hold on the Apple key and press spacebar, you can bring up your Spotlight search bar and start typing Automator. It autofills the rest of the information for you here. So if I open up Automator, now to do this I want to click on Service, hit Choose. This is going to detect where I want the information to display. So if I go to Image Files, I want it so that when I right click on Image File, this service will then show as an option. So the first thing I want to do is I want to duplicate the content I'm going to be working with. So in the search bar over here, I can go through and search for whatever variables I want to be working with. It's worth having to go through it sometime and actually have a look through, because there's so many things you can automate on a Mac that it will save you a lot of time, especially if you do the same thing over and over again a lot. It's quite a lot of functions that you can do. Here we go. If I go duplicate, find items, grab that in. So that will create a copy to begin with. So I've got this original there that's safe, just in case something goes wrong. Next step, I want to change the type of file. So I'll search for images. There is a change type of images. I'll drag that in as well. I don't want to be creating a copy of it because I've already done a duplicate, so I don't have to worry about that. So here, don't add on that. Change type of image, just want to change it to PNG. Now if I save this now, go up to File and Save. Save service as, let's call it convert to PNG. I'll call mine test, so I've got the distinction there. So save that. Now if I go to the other window I was on before, get rid of my other attempt, right click on a JPEG, go down to services, and now I've got my convert to PNG test file. Click on that. You see it creates a PNG version of it, but we also have the word copy now from the original file, which is not really what we want. So I want to get rid of that. So if I go back to the script here, I can add an additional option, call it rename. So we want to be renaming a finder item. Drag that in to be the next thing that happens. I don't want to do any copying, so don't add. This option here actually has quite a few different things you can do within it. But for this time we want just to be replacing text. So I want to find space copy dot PNG, and I want to replace with just simply dot PNG in full name. So that's fine. So if I hit Apple S on that, I'll save that. Then we go back to the other window again. I'll delete this other attempt. Now if I right click, services, convert to PNG test, here we go, create another copy of the file as PNG and just stick it next to the original. Now you can do this option as a batch transfer as well. So if I highlight all of these JPEGs here and right click on them, go to services, go to convert to PNG, it will do them all at once. So saving you a lot of time if you have a lot of files you do this to on a regular basis. So now now that I'm happy that it's done all the files correctly, I can just delete the original files. Now I've just got a list of all the PNG versions of those files. So if you had this problem the other way around, so you started off with just PNG files and you wanted to turn them into JPEGs, basically you do the same thing but the other way around. How I would do that is, now when I've got this application already running, I go up to File and hit Duplicate. I've now got a duplicated version of that content. I want to change the type, so it's now a JPEG, so changing to a JPEG. And down here I would want to be finding the same issue here, so I want to be finding .jpeg and get rid of the copy and just replace it with just .jpeg. Now if I go to File, Save, it asks me to rename the file, so I want to save it as JPEG test, get rid of the copy, hit save. Right, so now go back to my files, I'll right click on these files, go to services, I now also have a convert to JPEG test file. Click on that, and there we go. If I delete the PNGs, we're now back to just having the JPEG versions of those files. Hope you found this helpful. I'll do a load more of the tutorials. Feel free to comment on this. If there's a particular task you do on a regular basis that you find monotonous and boring on your Mac, let me know. If there's something I can do to help speed up, I will try my best. And if it's something that I find to be quite useful, I'll try and create another video for it. So it'll be helpful for you and helpful for me to get more people watching my videos. So cheers.